Shelley Simchism here, your wellness mentor. Thank you for following me. And if you're catching this live, I want you to put hashtag live and tell me where you're coming from. If you catch the replay, put hashtag replay. I know most people catch the replay. So today I want to talk about manifestation, debunking the myths. Okay. I've been having conversations and people are they're not staying on track. They're not reaching your goals. So stick with me today. I'm going to give you a few examples that have happened in my life and how to manifest properly. Okay. So with manifesting, everything around you, if you look at this couch, right? I'm in my living room today on the couch, and Toby live, right? The joys of live. So Toby wants to play fetch while mom's doing a live, but that's okay. Things don't have to be perfect. Sometimes we have to do stuff messy, right? So it's okay. So back to debunking these myths. So if you look at things around you, right? Toby's toy, my couch, your lamp, right? Everything around you was in someone's mind before it came to reality. They didn't just say, oh, I want this thing, but I don't know what it is, right? Or I don't see this, but I'm going to build this, right? And you guys all know the stories, about electricity and the Wright brothers and flying. And everybody had to, anything that's invented, your cell phone, right? You've watched, I'm sure if you haven't watched, you've heard, but Steve Jobs, right? He had to work hard and they started in a garage to build a computer, right? You have everything around you was in somebody's mind before it became to reality. So manifestation is seeing in your mind and bringing it forward. Okay. So it's not wishful thinking. It's not wishful thinking. And I'm going to tell you, it's not just dreaming. It's not that I want you to stop dreaming. I love my dreamers, right? But it's just not sitting here going, I want $1 million. It doesn't work like that, people. Okay. And, the non-believers, I'm going to talk to you for a second. A lot of people, we manifest whether you're aware or not. So if you're having negative thoughts about, no, I can't do that. I can't see it. I don't know how it's going to happen. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not going to happen, right? If you can't believe it, no, it's not going to happen. And you're going to manifest the negativity that comes with that, right? The feeling, the lack of progress. So if we can manifest our negative thoughts, why can't we manifest our positive thoughts? This is what I always say to people that, in their business, in their personal life. And I've been touched by that. Like in 2003, some things happened and I started having negative thoughts and I kind of fell off the path. I did fall off the path. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you, I'm a mindset. I'm a health and wellness coach. I have a couple certifications. I know, but I allowed all those thoughts to come in that I can't do this anymore. It's not working. People, I was making up all these thoughts and excuses, and I manifested my business going like this. I did it to myself, right? And so I had to get back on the path. And when I started getting back on the path, it wasn't easy. Okay. It wasn't easy. It was like, I've been here before. I've had to work hard. So the first thing is manifest as seeing in your mind, okay? Trying to build it out there, like trying to build it out here before you build it in here, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, okay? Not successfully. You have to build it in here before you build it out there. Okay, it's not, people are saying, oh, it's just dreaming, you're telling people to lie to themselves. No, no, that's not what we're doing. And if you don't feel it, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't feel it and you don't believe it, you want it and you can see it, but you don't believe you can go there. You don't believe you can achieve it. You don't believe that you can do it. You're working against yourself. You're just working against yourself. Okay? So if you haven't built it in your mind, you have to stop and build it in your mind. Okay? So, and you also have to feel the experience, right? So here's an example. Okay? 32-year law career, left it in 2019. I did coach part-time for the last 10 years of that career. Took me 5 years, and that's okay. Because for most people, this doesn't happen overnight, okay? Took me 5 years of believing and seeing it in my mind that I could leave that career and have my own business coaching and build my wellness business. It took me 5 years to believe that I could do that. I could see it. I could see it. I could visualize it. But until I believed it in my heart and I could feel it, it didn't come to fruition. Okay? Once I started feeling it, I manifested leaving my career, making it happen and feeling it. And I had a plan. And my plan was half in motion because I was already doing it part-time. But I had to overcome the fear. The belief had to be stronger than the fear. Okay? So I could visualize it, I could see it, but my belief had to be stronger than my fear and push my fear down that I could do this without working and getting a paycheck every week, right? So that was in 2019. So you have to stop and feel it, all right? That is the secret. And I haven't talked about this in a long time, but if you've been following me for a long time, oh my God, my favorite book in the world is Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. I'm telling you, that is the secret. Okay, if you want to know the secret to the sauce, it's feeling it, but you have to see it to be able to feel it. Okay, and I don't want you to get me wrong. I am very grateful for 32 years for my law career. It helped me. There were times I loved my career, and I wouldn't be where I am in life without that career, right? In my home, gave Rory the life that I could to the best of my ability, but I worked hard. So, and there's another manifestation of mine, okay? I, as a single mom, wanted Rory, we traveled out on our own when he was 12 years old. And I visualized and I was determined and I could feel it and I could see it and I was living it, that I was going to raise him in a house. I did not want him in an apartment. I wanted him in a house like the rest of his friends. I wanted him to be able to have a dog. I wanted his life. I wanted a yard. And as a single mom, I was going to do that because I was determined and I did it. So that is a goal that I'm very, very proud of. And I know it's hard for a lot of women, single moms. I know a lot that are and a lot that aren't. And it's, you got to believe it. You got to feel it, right? So the next thing is, you have to have details of the visualization, right? Of what you want. Like I did a post on my Facebook profile asking if there was one thing that you could change about yourself, something like that, right? A lot of people put health stuff and there was other things, right? You got to visualize it. you got to visualize it, and you got to build a plan. Okay, you got to build a plan. So how do you do that? What is the best way to do that? You need to write it out, right? You need to write it out. And you know, I'm a big put pen to paper person, right? So you have to create a vision. All right. Manifestation is not just you have to do some work. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you gotta do some work, right? You work at, whether you know it or not, you work at bringing in the negative stuff, or you work at staying in your own way of not getting what you want. So, you know, I have a quote by Jay Shetty. I'm going to read this to you. Everything you see around you first existed in someone's mind. The light bulbs in your house, the shoes on your feet, the phone in your hand. This is the true meaning of manifestation. Ideas appear within your mind before they do in the physical world. And just sidebar, for those on my email list, I'm sending out a little worksheet and 3 steps of manifestation. And if you're not on that email list, put email below in the comments and I will make sure that you get the email. And I'm going to be sending this out. I'm going to start sending it out like Wednesday evenings. I was sending it out Sundays, but I think I'm going to start sending it out Wednesday evenings, late Wednesday evenings. You're going to get it in your email and you'll have it when you get up on Thursday morning, and you can watch this. I'm going to attach the replay. Okay. So now I'm going to give you some steps. All right. I'm going to give you some steps. So the first thing is you have to create a vision. All right. Before it can become physical, your goals must first appear within your mind. All right. Visualize what it will look like for this to come true. All right. And it could be a big goal. It could be a dream, right? So you want it to come true in life. So next you need to get clarity and you need to choose to believe. All right. So like I just said a few minutes ago, you need to believe this. If you can visualize it, but tell yourself, oh, this is never going to happen. I can see it, but I can't make it happen. You're working against yourself. You're 100% right. I'm going to tell you, you're 100% right. It is not going to happen. So you need details. You need to write it out. Write it out. And I'm not saying you have to write it out day. Some people do. But you need to write it out and have details so you can build it in your mind, because the visualization and feeling it are the 2 keys. I'm going to tell you 2 keys, right? So before you build something for yourself, you have to feel it first. All right. And in order to feel it, you must believe it is possible. If you don't believe something can happen, it won't. It's that simple, right? Nothing, I'm going to tell you, without a plan, you need a plan and you need to stick to it. Nothing happens overnight. Set a realistic plan for yourself. Understand the qualities and the skills that are required. Here is the missing component. What will you do every day for the next 6 months to get closer to your goal? So let's take an easy example. Weight loss goal, right? What are you doing every day about that? What are you doing? What is your plan? Are you changing how you eat? Are you changing what you eat? Are you changing, are you going from being stable to moving? I'm going to tell you, for visualization, there's 2 good times to visualize. This is what works for me. There's 2 good times in my everyday that is good for me to visualize. When? I'm going to tell you when. So after meditation, when your mind is clear. When the mind is clear and there's, and you are calm, you feel good after meditating, and is to do your visualization and feel it. Okay. Now, here's a second time that's really good for me. All right. And I'm feeling good. It's after I work out. or after I come back from a walk with Toby, or while I'm walking with Toby. If I'm on a walk alone with Toby and I have a moment where I'm walking and I'm thinking and I'm visualizing what my goal is and where I want to go and how I'm going to do it. Okay. And I'm already on the path. I'm working it, but I don't stop. I stick to it. Right. So, but after exercising, if you've never tried that, I'm not saying meditate, I'm saying visualize. Your body and your mind are so clear and you're in a good vibration. You are in a good vibration. I'm telling you, it is effective. Now, for those of you that don't work out, but after you go for a walk or just have a really good, I don't know. I can't imagine life without exercising. Even if it's just doing yoga, whatever it is that you do. But I'm telling you, those are two that work for me. Now, I said I had two examples. I'm going to give you another example of my son and his girlfriend. They are in an apartment right now, currently, that is small. It's a small one bedroom. It's actually best for one person, but the two of them have been in this. And it has a 3-piece bath. So that means a shower, not a bathtub. However, they, for the last couple months, since after Christmas, the New Year, they've been looking and they had a wish list of what they wanted for an apartment. Okay. So they wanted at least a 2-bedroom. They wanted a full 4-piece bath, including a bathtub. And this may sound silly to some people, but they wanted a dishwasher. I believe she does the cooking and Rory does the dishes. So he was not wanting to do the dishes every night. They wanted laundry facilities. They didn't want to be in a building. They wanted to be part of a house. And they needed parking for 2. Now, you say, oh, well, that was easy. No, it wasn't easy for them to. There were times in the last 2.5 months that Rory would say, you know what, we're willing to give up and just have a shower. Or, we just may have to accept that we won't get a dishwasher. But they talked about it so much. And even if they don't realize it, they talked about it so much. And I know Rory was visualizing having a dishwasher and doing this without even really knowing that he was doing this. So this is an example of us visualizing without actually knowing that we're manifesting. But I'm telling you, he was manifesting. And it was powerful because they had 2 of them doing it with a common goal. Well, they found it. They found an apartment and they went and looked at different apartments, people. So, but they found it and it checks off almost everything and more because instead of a 2-bedroom, they got a 2-bedroom plus 1, which is a den area. But they got the dishwasher, they got the bathtub, they got the private laundry, they got parking for 2, they have a private entrance. They put it out to the universe and they got what they wanted. They visualized it. They talked about it so much. They discussed it. Even Rory, he doesn't realize, but he was telling me what it would feel like to come home and have a bath again, right? He works outside, so he loves to have baths and just relax. His body hurts. He likes the hot water with Epsom salts. So I'm telling you, they had to see it up here. They had to build it here before they could build it out there. And they did it. They did it. And I'm very proud of them. But that is a perfect example. Now, the qualities and the skills or the tech is they had to do the work. They had to search for apartments. They had to reach out. They had to take action, right? That's the other thing. That's the last thing. You need to take action, okay? So another good example is is, if you haven't seen it, watch the movie Inception. It's a little older one with Leonardo DiCaprio. But it is about a girl who convinces herself of something and she can't convince herself out of it, right? So it is a fine example of everything that I'm talking about right here, right? So you need to take action. It is an art. Visualization is an art. And I have had clients over the years who have said, Shelley, I can't do it. And I just make them write it out, like, or not make them, or suggest, advise, write it out, describe it, right? You need a blueprint. And then you need to put that blueprint in your mind and visualize it and attach feeling. So this can work for my business people. This can work for business. This can work for relationships. This can work for anything in your life, right? Health goals, if you want a different place to live, everything, right? And you are manifesting. If you're not liking your life right now, you're manifesting that. You're creating it. By sitting and doing nothing is doing something. Okay? So you need to feel it. You need to believe it. You need to build a blueprint. You need to know, some people dream of being a coach. For example, okay, do you have a coaching certification? What are you going to do about that? Another friend I was talking to the other day, thinking about, always wanted his motorcycle license. What's he going to do about that? Well, he's going to look into taking a motorcycle course. He's never driven one. He's going to, speak to some people and get some advice. And he's going to take some action. And he's going to do some research before he starts building this in his mind and visualizing it and taking action. And what's it going to feel like to him? Is it still scary and he can't believe that he can do it? That's been the block. So the belief needs to become stronger than the fear. So I hope this helped. So if you would like an email with the replay and the worksheet, just put email. I will send this out later tonight, and have an awesome, awesome day.